Grab a cocktail with us and welcome to the hot mess that is my life as a single makeup artist living in a college town in Florida. This is Kara's Lipstick Diary. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Kara's Lipstick Diary. Have you clicked on that subscribe button? I mean, you know you want to, right? Click that subscribe button so you don't miss out whenever we drop a new episode. All right, you guys, I am super excited for this next episode because, you know, on my social media, if you follow the Insta or the Facebook page, you'll notice that I tend to take screenshots of like really bad men's profile pages on dating sites. I now have people who literally send me these bad screenshots from all over the country. I thought maybe it was just like a local thing, but apparently not so much. So my friend Casey, who lives in Colorado, is gonna zoom in for this episode, and we're gonna talk about some of the really bizarre, scary, disturbing, and just downright weird things we have seen on dating sites. All right, so I think I need a cocktail for this, and I think we're just gonna do some fancy champs today because, well, I think that's what we all need to deal with the insanity of these sites. So we're gonna start out with some champagne. Again, you guys know I bought this champagne because the bottle's real pretty. So pouring some fabulous champagne. Then we are gonna top that champagne with a splash of some Saint Germain's, just a little bit in there. And then we're gonna make it extra fancy, you guys, by adding in a hibiscus flower. Like, how freaking cool is that? There is a flower in my champagne. I love it. All right, are you guys ready to spill the tea on all the things weird that guys do on their dating pages? Let's do it. All right, you guys, I am so excited to have Casey here on. We are gonna chat and spill the tea on all of those really bizarre / terrifying, just plain horrible dating profiles out there that guys have. I mean, they're bad. They're really bad. Casey, thank you so much for zooming in all the way from Colorado to join us for this. And we get to share some of the really weird shit we've seen out there.
Thanks so much for letting me join today.
So before you zoomed in, my crew and I were actually looking at some of the profiles. And my crew was in a little bit of shock. They all have significant others, so they had not been on these sites and seen how bad they truly are. I mean, we now on dating sites, you can leave a voice recording.
Oh, I know. It's wild.
It's like really weird. And the things people decide to say on voice recordings are even weirder. Have you heard any of the weird ones?
Oh, yeah. I mean, some of them are, I guess, as normal as a voice recording can get. But, you know, some of them people just say what's on their mind. Yeah. And, you know, they really should have a filter sometimes.
They really should. And they should probably listen to them before. We listened to one guy and literally there was a good 10 seconds of just air noise and mouth noises. And then he said something really random that like made him sound super arrogant. And I was like, buddy, it's really clear you did not listen to this recording at all because we had some lovely sounds of going on. Like, not cute. That's
what he wanted.
Maybe that was what he wanted. Maybe that's what he was going for. Maybe that was his goal. I don't know. It was super strange. So you've sent me some. Go ahead.
I was going to say, when they introduced the voice recording thing, I was like, yep, this is not going to be a thing I participate in. But.
No, I definitely have not added that or video to mine either. I'm like, no, I don't. That does not need to be on my dating profile. One of the things they were laughing about was like, oh shit, like, do these people just not even know how to operate a camera? And I was like, no, men on dating sites do not know how to operate a camera. The most popular angle for men is of their chins.
Yep.
Maybe talk to the women in your life. I know you're single, but I'm assuming you know women. Learn how to take a picture.
Right. Like, there's got to be someone there that can help you. Like,
somebody.
Like, a sister, a friend.
And I'm sorry, like, do you really look at that photo and go, this is the most flattering photo of me possible? Let me make this my dating profile photo.
Right. You had to look back at it and say, that's the one.
That's the one. That's going to get me a lady right there. This lovely picture of the underside of my chin.
really is going to score me big time on the dating sites. What the fuck?
That or the fish picture.
The fish. Oh, we just found one. There was one of this dude with his fish. And first off, he was covered in mud all up his legs. And then he was like holding, and he was like squeezing it, like the smallest fish ever. And like really, he had a fishing pole in one hand and this little fish that he was like squeezing, and he was covered in mud. And I was like, I'm sorry. What are you, what? And this was his main photo. What are you trying to say with this? Like, what are you trying to communicate with women with that as your main photo?
Probably I caught this fish with my bare hands, but I don't think people realize that is not what we want.
No. And like, I mean, if this is what you do and this is the thing you're passionate about, cool, rock on. Like, but like, give me some description other than like this weird fucking photo of you covered in mud clenching your little fish.
And let me tell you, it is across the board.
Yes.
It was in Florida. It's in Colorado. I get it here too.
Yeah. And I mean, it's become an ongoing joke about men holding their fish in dating profile pictures because like it is so prominent. And I look at these men and I go, okay, like if you are a professional fisherman or you like do this as your like regular hobby all the time and you're super passionate about fishing, cool, rock on. Like that's fantastic. But like, please describe it. Please like explain why you have this fish. But I think a lot of the dudes literally go fishing one time and pose with their damn fish or their like dead animal of some sort. It's very strange. I don't get it. But with that being said, men do like to tell us on these sites all the things they don't want in a woman. Like it is really, they really don't want us to have a personality, a sex drive, or anything that women like. And they tell us this. Right. Like how many times do you see them and the dating site says, I do not want a girl that, or a woman that wears makeup, takes pictures, is on social media, likes to do anything that is feminine, has any sex drive, but they want you to like sports, like hunting and fishing, be open-minded. Open-minded is a big catchphrase on there.
Yeah.
And all like it is literally they don't like anything like that. And then on top of it, they will have a lot of selfies of themselves.
Right.
So they're allowed to take the selfie, but we're not allowed to take a selfie.
It's because they want to date themselves.
Correct. I really think that's what it is. I really think that that's what it is. I'm assuming across the board, you get these same type comments on your sites in Colorado in comparison to, you know, I just get shocked.
Constantly. I mean, they, again, like the whole, oh, I don't want a woman who wears a lot of makeup. And I'm like, all right, nope.
Out.
I don't want a woman who has her nails done. My favorite is the people who say, I don't like too many tattoos or piercings. And I'm like,
bye.
Oh, okay. But
well,
then
here's the thing.
Reach out.
That's what's even weirder. So here's the thing. I don't have tattoos or piercings, but again, if someone puts that on their site, I'm like, you are just far too judgmental. And like, if I decided down the road that I wanted to, like, what the fuck? And I find it really weird because they'll say things like exactly like that. Like, I don't want someone who wears a lot of makeup. My profile says I'm a makeup artist. And they still swipe right? Like, I'm sorry.
Bizarre.
Chances are there's going to be makeup in my life, y'all. Like, that's what I do for a fucking living. I find it extremely the hypocrisy on there is crazy. I also, with the guys and Lily, when we were beforehand looking at my sites, one of them literally, like, one of the comments was so hateful towards women. And they were like, wait, how do they think they're going to get a date with a woman? And I'm like, oh, you have no idea the amount of misogyny and hatred towards women on dating sites trying to date women.
Well, it makes you wonder if it ever has worked.
Right.
Like, there's no way, right?
I don't know. Like, it really, like, because I can't imagine as a woman reading one of these things where you clearly hate women and going, oh, that's the man for me.
That's what I want.
That's what I want. I want a man that hates women. That is exactly who I'm going to date. What the fuck? Are you serious? Like, and then they probably get mad that women aren't swiping right on them. And it makes them hate women even more.
Women are so shallow.
We're so shallow. We don't want you. Well, us, like, holy fuck, dude. Like, what the fuck? You literally have just told us you hate us and you want us to swipe right on you and you can't understand why we're not. I don't get it. I do not get it. So have you found that men also, like, they'll literally in this profile say they don't want a woman who, you know, has an OnlyFans page or, you know, will send them naked selfies, but then they have a picture of either their chest or their crotch as one of their photos?
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, I don't want a woman who's they'll say loose, they'll say
all the words.
I don't want a slutty woman.
Yeah.
I don't want, you know, and then it'll be like literally just like crotch photo. And
you're like,
okay, first of all, no. Like, if I wanted to see that, I could find it.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean,
what I'm looking for.
I went on one and he didn't say a lot on his. He literally said nothing. It was just a picture. He was wearing pants in this one, of the bulge in his pants and a wallet sitting next to it. And I was like, what the fuck does this even mean? Like
he had to set that up.
He totally set it up. Like, this was definitely a and that was the only photo on the site. Only photo. And he didn't write anything. And I was like, do you really think women are going to swipe right on that? Like, are we that desperate for a bulge in the pants and a wallet that looked real flat? Like, it wasn't open. There was no money coming out. Like, it was a real flat looking wallet. What?
It's just like, fuck? I have a wallet.
I have a wallet. I have a wallet and a bulge. Let's go. I did also have one where the guy wasn't wearing pants.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. It was literally first image that pops up is a penis. Full blown. It is a penis. Picture of a penis. And then you scroll down and then it's another picture of him with his beer belly and his penis.
Oh, good. You know, just for the whole picture.
For the whole picture. And then a picture, like a really close up, like those way too close up selfies. And he the face went with the beer belly. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like,
how are those photos even like allowed?
They're not allowed. They're literally not allowed. Like, there was a report. I definitely reported him because there's one that said, like, if there is nudity, like, and this literally was a first fucking photo to pop. Like, thank God I was like not in public or like around
you're, like
anyone.
on the train or something.
Exactly. And like the first thing that pops up is this picture of a fucking penis. Y'all, no, we don't want to start with a picture of your penis. I only want to know your penis once I have like started interacting with you. Like, don't lead with your penis.
Most of the time I don't want a picture of that anyway, let alone like somebody that I don't know.
Like, I really don't know you. And then you proceed to go into the full, like, let me see your beer belly and penis photo. Like, holy shit. Like, really? No. Just no.
I'm thankful I've never come across something like that. So you take the win.
I took one for the team on that one. I was like, okay. No, thank you. I also find this odd. On a dating site, we want to put our best face out there, right? Like, we're trying to impress and attract the opposite sex or the same sex, depending on which site you're on. Why do people choose like really awkward, embarrassing, disturbing photos to put on their site? Like,
I feel like people think it's either funny or like a personality thing. And it's like, my thing is, okay, if you're not going to go, I feel like it's like going on a date.
Yes. Like, I want to know then that you're funny. Right. But some weird fucked up photo of you is going to just make me think you're just really challenged. And
if that's the first photo you're putting out there.
Yeah. And like, there's one guy and he keeps fucking popping back up. I may have screenshotted this one to you. Very large man, very strange hair, holding two dogs in a Speedo in a mud bog.
Oh, no, I didn't get this one.
Okay, I didn't send that one to you.
I'm a little disappointed.
It is quite horrifying. I think he has like a mohawk and he's holding these two dogs covered in mud and wearing just a Speedo. And underneath it, it says something like, just a fat guy with a small dick and his dogs looking for a woman or something. And I was like, what? Again?
I don't get it. First of all, you come across a lot of guys covered in mud.
Yes. What's with the covered in mud? I do. I've come across multiple guys covered in mud. We would like to know you bathe. Bathing is a good thing. I'm not looking for a dude covered in mud. I don't understand. Like, I just don't fucking get it. And why?
They must think it's funny.
They must think it's funny. But the thing is you're trying to attract someone. You're trying to attract a woman. And like, you have to think like, what would a woman find attractive? Not you covered in mud in a Speedo holding your 2 small dogs saying that you have a small dick. Like,
I mean, I guess they probably are thinking, okay, well, if there was a woman covered in mud holding 2 dogs in a Speedo, then, you know, I'd be into that.
Maybe that's what they're thinking.
Maybe that's the logic.
Maybe that's the logic.
Maybe we're going to figure this out.
Maybe that, because I mean, they do like it when girls do like, what is it? There's mud wrestling with girls in bikinis. Like, maybe that's what they're thinking. Maybe that's it.
We've cracked the code.
We've cracked the code. Okay, but here's the thing, dudes. We don't like watching you mud wrestle. You might like watching us mud wrestle because our boobs are jiggling around. But that's not what we're looking for. Like,
and I can't fit in the with the small dick part. I don't know where that fits in.
Why would you like just like, I mean, unless you're like, dude, we're just gonna put it out there. Like, I don't want her to be disappointed. Like, it's small. We're just gonna put it there. I mean, but again, why is that the lead thing you put in your comment?
Right. Like, if you have a personality, if you've got a good personality, maybe get that out there first.
Not starting with you're fat with a small dick.
No.
Okay. Cool, buddy.
I guess.
I want to know, like, I really wish I could, like, interview these men, like, find them and be like, hey, I want to talk to you about, like, what your success rate is on these sites. Because, like, I just can't imagine it's going well.
I'd be so interested to know that for sure. Because I mean, it's something that I say literally every time I come across one like that I'm like, how often does this work? It's the same as like a guy leaning out of his car and whistling at you. It's like, has this ever worked for you?
Yeah. Have you ever actually gotten a date from this? Like, I feel,
or are you just like on here to like fuck with people?
And I think a lot of it is people on there to fuck with people. I also don't okay, have you found, and this is a new thing, that guys, once they match with you, they want to skip the talking on the dating app and go straight to video chat?
I haven't gotten that. I thought you were going to say like sexting immediately.
Oh, they do that too. No. Yes. The sexting immediately, but they all want to immediately video chat. Now for me, I don't like video chatting because like, one, I can't be doing it while I'm doing something else. I have to be like in the exact moment that I can video chat with you. I can't be in public. I can't be, you know, washing dishes and doing it. Like, I have to be in the moment. I need to probably have my makeup on, be wearing an appropriate outfit, you know, because like I'm walking around my house half the time in like a bra and underwear. Oh shit, I gotta go change like to do your video chat with you. And on top of that, like I'm on camera for a living. Like, I really don't want to video chat with you for shits and giggles. Like, it's just not my thing. Like, if you're one of my really good friends, like I'm down for it. Possibly, maybe. But like, I literally said to one guy recently, like, he was like, can we video chat now? And like, literally we had said 2 words back and forth to each other. And I was like, hey dude, so like, no, I'm not comfortable with that at this point. And I said, you know, I'm on camera a lot for my job. I really just, in my personal life, try to avoid doing video chat because it just feels like I'm working. And I was like, you know, can you understand that and respect that? And he was like, no, I don't understand. And I was like,
you think it's because guys think that girls are like lying about what they look like?
I think that that's what it is. I really do think that, because I've asked about that and they're like, yeah, it's because we get catfished and, you know, women lie about what they look like. And I'm like, well,
okay. Well, so, I mean, to me, the whole video chat thing I feel like that came about with COVID.
Yes.
Where it was like, okay, we can't go on a date in person, so let's video chat.
But
fine. Like now we can go on date.
Yes.
Or, you know, or we could do a video. If you're still not comfortable going on a date because of COVID, then we can do a video chat after we plan it and after we've talked for a while.
Right. Like this was literally like we had barely said anything and he immediately wanted to. And when I gave my reasoning, twice he came back with, no, I don't understand that. No, I don't. Like,
I mean, that in itself is like okay, well, if you don't understand that, then
bye. I just stopped responding.
Red flag?
Yeah, I was like, red flag right out the gate. Red flag. Like, okay, bye. Like, you can't respect that boundary, like, of mine. If you're worried that I don't look
you're not going to respect other ones.
Right. And the thing about the whole, you might not look like the way you do in photos. Well, most of the dating sites are now attached to our Instagrams. Mm-hmm. And our Instagrams are most likely, if we're active on social, going to have recent images of us. Right. So did you think that we spent the past, like, I don't know, 5 years of our Instagram account making sure, like, that we didn't, like, what the hell? Like, just go check that out and you're going to see what I look like.
Don't some of them like make you verify that you're like a real
one? Now, with that being said, they still don't all actually come through. Like, I have definitely talked to bots that were verified where I was like, this is clearly a bot that I am chatting with. This is not an actual human being. Like, this is weird. But some of them do make you verify now. But again, people slip through. But yeah, I don't understand the whole video chat thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be that, or people are just like, I mean, I feel like it all comes back to the like, okay, we want to sext immediately, and that freaks me out too. I'm like, okay, if I get on a video chat with you right now, is your dick going to be out? Is your dick
going to be out? Like that? Yes.
It's like that's going to traumatize me.
You know, honestly, I hadn't even thought about that, but that's 100% true because they do. A lot of them immediately jump to sexting. Like you say, "How was your day? Like, what do you do for a living?" And they're like, "What are you wearing? Can I stroke my cock to it? How wet is your pussy?" And I'm like,
you're like, I just got home from work.
Like, what? Like, this is how we're starting? It's a very weird shift. So yeah, I hadn't even thought about that with it wanting to video chat right away. Like, am I going to open up my video chat and see it? You stroking your cock? Like,
yeah.
Nope.
Not
Not
even
okay.
worth finding out.
No, it's really not. And honestly, dudes, if that is what your plan is, that is like a massive violation. Like, no. We do not consent to that.
To me, at that point, that's kind of harassment.
It is 100%. Well, and speaking of that, harassment on these sites is actually like kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
And because they are linked to your Instagram, it's kind of scary because like I've had ones like just recently. I had a guy, I hadn't matched with him on Tinder or whatever site it was. I don't even remember. And he tracked down my Instagram and started DMing me on there saying, I saw you on this dating app. I'm really interested. And I was like, whoa.
I've had that too. Somebody found me on Facebook.
Yeah.
And messaged me like multiple times and was like, oh, I really, because we actually did match, but then like I was not interested. Yeah. Like this was years ago, but yeah, I was not interested. And then he found me on Facebook and like my last name wasn't on there.
Yeah,
like
found everything.
Casey's a pretty common name.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and like I had one that like I had matched with. He was supposed to pick me up to go out at like 9:30 at night. He was not there. It was 10:45 and I was like, okay, fuck this. Like I am going to bed, yo. Like we done.
As late as it is.
Exactly. I was like already stretching it doing a 9:30 at night date. Right. I'm 40, you guys. Like that's a little late. So I messaged back and was like, hey dude, like I'm going to bed. Like we're done. He showed up at my house. Like, okay, he had my, because he was going to pick me up, which I never normally do, but for some reason I had let him. He freaking shows up at my house at 11:20 at night, goes from all my doors and windows pounding, never stopped pounding for 20 minutes straight.
That's terrifying.
So I like ignored him. Like I was like, I don't care if it's 2:00 in the afternoon or 11:20 at night. You fucking pull that shit. You ain't coming to my house. So the next day he found all of my Instagram pages because I have my personal one. I have my one for being a makeup artist. I have my one for this show. I also run one for a networking group I'm in and the gala that I chair. He found me on all of those Instagrams and started trying to video chat me through them. Like, and it went from like, I didn't pick up on one, he jumped on the next one. Like it was absolutely like, and it was weird. And this guy, not only that, so he would always, when we would message, he would always send voice recordings. He would never like text. He would always send voice. And one of them said, I'm so excited to meet you because I haven't actually been able to meet up with any American women yet. And I was like, because he had an accent, so he was from somewhere, I don't know. And I was like, once all that happened, I was like, no fucking wonder no American woman has actually wanted to meet with you. You're late, then you show up and like harass, like, what the fuck?
Does any woman want to meet up with you? I can't imagine this is strictly American women.
No, exactly. I can't imagine it's strictly American women. And then he was called, his profile, he was named Junior on the first site. He all of a sudden reappears on the site again because I had reported him with a new name.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, that's creepy. That's
right. Like,
real
dude,
creepy.
cut your losses at that point.
Yeah.
Like, you get kicked off of a dating site, most likely.
Most likely,
and,
So now you just change your name, like same photos, different name.
Right. Like, are you going to go by that name from now on?
Right.
Like, anytime you meet someone, you're just changing your whole identity.
It's super, okay. And also, dudes, put your fucking actual name on these sites.
Right.
I went on a date with a guy for several dates, and he listed his name on the site as JR. So I thought his name was JR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't his name. Wasn't his name.
I didn't find out until, like, you were on a date with him?
I was already on several dates. I had gone on several dates. I'd already slept with him. I thought his name was JR. That wasn't his name. It was his initials, but that's not what he went by.
But also, like, you think that's something that you're like, even if you decide, okay, I'm not going to put my name, I'm going to put my initials, like, in our first interaction, like, hey, FYI, like, this is my name.
Like, right? That seems big. And they all know my name because my name's on the side of my fucking car. So, like, they know, like, everything about me. And I'm like, fuck, that's not your name?
Right. What else are you lying about?
Right? I'm so
do you
fucking
find that,
confused.
Like, do you find that, like, being so, like, just curious, like, being such a public, like, I mean, people know you, especially in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like that plays? Bad. Okay. I was curious.
It hardcore plays into my interactions on these dating sites because, one, they either come at me and say, well, I already know you. And I'm like, bitch, I've never seen you. Like, who the hell are you? And they're like, oh, I see your car.
Just because you've seen my face somewhere.
They've seen, and that's the thing. They've seen my car. They'll say, well, I've seen your car, or I've seen you at events. I've had one guy who literally proceeded to list every event he'd ever seen me at. And I was like, oh, that's not creepy.
Good. Thanks.
Thanks,
guy.
This is really, really interesting. I also have found that people who, like, guys who have gone on and watched the show, they might match with me initially, and then they, like, ghost. They get fucking terrified. I'd always been told I was intimidating. Now it's like next level intimidating. I'm probably never going to find a man at this rate having this show because now I scare the fuck out of all of them. Like,
you'll just really know when it's right because they'll be fine with it.
They'll be fine with it. And they're not going to act a fool and end up as content. That's one of the things because I'll say to guys like, you could end up as content. And they're like, oh, da-da-da. And I was like, don't act a fool.
Right.
And you won't.
Or you will be a screenshot.
Yes, exactly. You will be screenshot. You will end up as content. Like, buddy, just act fucking normal. Like, don't act like an idiot. Well,
right. Like, you don't have to be so extra.
No, exactly. Right? Like, come on up, motherfuckers. Like, let's get some shit real. Let's act normal. Let's not be misogynistic. Let's not do crazy ass shit in bed. Let's not be just total assholes. That would be great. So with that all being said, it is time to wrap up this episode. Casey, thank you for coming on and shooting the shit with me about the weird ass shit out there on dating sites. If you're single and you're on a dating site, I wish you luck. Men, you should probably hand your dating site over to a woman in your life and ask them to proof it for you. They'll tell you the truth. Listen to them. Listen. Don't hate women and think you're going to get one. It's not going to work. And we don't want a picture of your dick. Thanks, though. We really appreciate it. You may want pictures of our tits, but we don't want a picture of your dick. Oops. Thank you again, Casey. This was fantastic. You guys, make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.